I just wanted to let you know that I have finished grading your essays. So those are all available for you to look at. If you don't know yet how to look at comments on an essay that I've given back to you, please let me know. You definitely should know how to do that. So if you don't, let me know and I can walk you through it step by step. Um, as far as your next essay goes, I've had lots of questions about what is expected for an evaluation essay. An evaluation essay is an essay where you take a topic and analyze it. So pick something that you can analyze to death. This will be really important for you to use sources for, and extremely important that you use transitional sentences. I noticed that for your last essay, several of you struggled with transition sentences and with topic sentences. So this evaluation essay is going to spend a lot of time on logical development and reasoning, which is a huge point for communicative essay writing. So make sure that you're using transition sentences. Hugely important. For this essay, it'll probably be easier for you to omit first person and second person. Those are pronouns that are like I, me, we, and you. Several of you had a hard time omitting them in this second essay. Hopefully for an evaluative essay, you will have an easier time omitting them because you're explaining a topic that may or may not have anything to do with you. So don't forget to omit those pronouns. As to your previous essays, I wanted to tackle a couple of topics. First of all, in-text citations. Some of you are spot on and some of you aren't. The page number in the Little Brown Handbook on in-text citations is page 668. So if you haven't already looked at that, go ahead and look at it. A few of you, I made a comment about page 668. If I made this comment, then it is required for you to check it out. It's really important for you to master in-text citations because you cannot pass this class without knowing that. As far as in-text citations go, pay particular attention to punctuation. That's really important. But also I want you to explain a quote. So whatever citation you're using, I want you to explain who it is. You can't just quote drop. If you quote drop, then you're losing your logical development and persuasive reasoning. So you have to explain the quote. Why is it used? Why is it important? Also keep in mind that you want to balance your words and somebody else's words. So it's more important that you use your words than somebody else's words. When you use a quote, it should only be to strengthen your argument. You should not use quotes and your words to strengthen the other person's argument. So keep that in mind. If you have a quote that is longer than 4 sentences, it is considered a block quote. You are allowed one of these per essay. If you use more than one, I will dock points. For some of you, I said it would be a 0 because it's really important for you to master the evaluation of a source and deciding how much of that information to include or what not to include. If you choose to use a block quote, page 715 and 716 in the Little Brown Handbook address how to use a block quote, how to format it. So check that out. For all quotes, this includes a regular quote and a block quote, I want you to abbreviate the in-text citation name. So instead of saying Moms Against Drunk Drivers, then you would say MADD. And that's like an acronym that foundation uses. Now, if it was like the name of a website, so owletpurdue.net, you would not put the whole title into the parentheses. You would not type owletpurdue.net. Instead, you would just type owl and then cite the page number. NP is sufficient if there is not a page number. So there should always be a page number in your citation. So it would be like owl 13. But if you don't have a page number, then OWL NP is sufficient. But you should always have either a page number or NP, and I will be looking for that in your next essay. A couple of you did have a hard time with your works cited page. Please review page 678 in the Little Brown Handbook. Again, if I type this into your comments for your essay, you are required to look at it. The works cited page is really important. You cannot leave this class without knowing how to have a proper works cited page. The works cited page should be alphabetized. Most of you knew this, but a couple of you had some issues. Also, absolutely never, 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 never use an MLA formatting engine where you just type in the information and it creates it for you. I always know, I promise you, my friends, because it's almost always wrong. So do it. It's the hard way, but I promise you, once you do it as per the Little Brown Handbook, it will be better for your essay. Also, a couple of you put hyperlinks at the ends of your proper citations. So if you quoted a website, then at the end of your citation you listed the website. That's no longer required. So always cut out the hyperlink because it just makes your page messy and hard to read. As far as other things for your essays, I noticed a lot of really strong focuses. I noticed that a few of you are very good about writing thesis statements, and a couple of you definitely looked at my essay outline, which is awesome. So those of you who haven't looked at my essay outline, do it. It's really important. I realized upon looking at my essay outline just a couple of hours ago that there's no clear look of what your essay should look like. There's instructions in the essay outline of how to format it, but it doesn't really exhibit what to look like. Instead of posting an example of one of my own essays for you to look at, I just encourage you to look at how your peers' essays are formatted. A couple of you are having paragraphing issues. So you'll have like a paragraph with one sentence in it that's separate from the rest of the paragraph. This is really, really difficult for me to follow and for your peers to follow, and it's extremely important that you align those paragraphs together, and by looking at the essay outline you'll know exactly how to do that. By looking at your peers' essays, and you can always tell what's an A paper and what isn't, but by looking at your peers' essays you can see exactly how it should be formatted. So the peer review discussion board isn't just, oh, yep, I wrote an essay, here it is, everyone look at it. No, it's about your peers looking at the essay, seeing what to do, what not to do, and you as a peer reviewer can get so much more out of learning how to edit just by looking at your peers' essays. So for those of you who are posting essays in the peer review forum with red text indicating changes, you're doing the most perfect job possible. Those of you who aren't doing that, I encourage you to do it. It's not required, but the students who are using red text and going through the essay line by line are getting so much more out of the review than those of you who aren't. If you notice that you're behind in the class, you might want to look at these students who are doing this because they're doing something right. As far as other things, tomorrow's the 4th of July. I just posted a notice that I will not be in my office tomorrow. If you do want to meet with me, please email me and we can arrange a time to do that. I prefer not to meet on Tuesday, next Tuesday, which I believe is the 9th, I think. I prefer not to meet then because the firefighter funeral will be at Tim's Toyota Center at 11, and I believe I will be serving over there. So happy 4th of July, and as always, let me know if you guys have any questions. All right, see ya! Oops.